but why? And he said, because you're the wrong race. And he said, and I said, what, have you got something against Samoans? He said, no, you're Māori. And I said, well, tell that to my father.
I love it. But you did get a job on it, clearly.
Yeah.
And you've been there since.
I have. I've gone on to other shows, but I've always come back to Tagata Pasifika. It's a glorious show. It's on at a dreadful time, but it's got a loyal audience and a fantastic community.
That's right.
And a great presenter with Marama.
Yeah. What keeps you coming back, though? You say you've dipped out and you've gone to other things. What keeps you coming back to it?
Well, I guess it's an engagement, and if you belong to a community and you can help with a program, and it's a small program, and it's had its challenges over the 25 years, and you think you can contribute, and if you've got a job,
That's always good.
But the thing about a program like Tagata Pasifika is you're actually catering for so many communities, something like 22 Pacific Island communities here in New Zealand.
Yeah, but there are about 7 big groups that we cater for, and that is a bit of a problem. But, you know, the notion of being a Pacific Islander is being adopted by everybody. Kiwis are Pacific Islanders now too. You know, there was a time when it was our backyard, but it's actually our front yard. The Pacific is our front yard. We have connections. You have connections. You take a holiday there. You know, we are part of the South Pacific. So, although it's a niche program, I think it's mainstream as well.
How long have you been with the show, Marama?
I've been with the show for about 7 years. I came in around 2004. I think I came on the show, and I was a really green reporter, and you know, it's just been an amazing journey. Actually, I've absolutely loved being a part of it, and just amazing stories and going throughout the Pacific, and yeah, it's a lovely job to be on. Actually,
so well before your time, but right when yours was, Stephen, it was the first episode, which we have a clip of.
Oh my goodness!
Let's take a look.
This is exciting.
Whakalawhalahi atu. Ta alofa lava, kia ora ana, malo elelei, ni sabula, te aloha lava. Welcome to our first program of Tagata Pasifika, People of the Pacific. We begin with...
And nothing's changed. Marama's the new Susanna.
hibiscus.
And that's where it all began.
It did, and it was very studio-based. What you've got to understand is that before it was a program called See Here, and that program was a studio-based program too, and it was really to help Pacific people integrate better into a New Zealand society. So Tagata Pasifika, for its time, became a Pacific voice by Pacific people. And Susanna was an absolute icon, isn't she gorgeous?
Absolutely. What's your aim these days? What do you like to achieve with your programs?
Marama, what do you think?
I think you're right, we're trying to be something for so many of our communities in New Zealand. And it's quite hard because we're only on once a week, you know what I mean? But I guess it's the place where Pacific people know their voice is heard, you know, where apart from that, you know, very much invisible or, you know, not really heard, I guess, in the mainstream New Zealand media, and even us being on so late at night. So it's a chance for people, and they really own it, you know, to say, oh, it's our show. So to be heard, I think.
That's a really interesting thing. They don't think that it's a TVNZ show, although it plainly is, and they don't know about New Zealand On Air. This is the community. They just think it's their show.
Yeah. Which is kind of nice.
It is. It's great.
Stephen, over the 25 years, you've had some major Pacific Island stories on your show. I'm thinking back to the death of King Tupou IV. Tell us about that.
Well, that was an amazing situation. You can imagine the Tongan royals have changed over the years, but the passing of King George Tupou IV was the old school. And everybody was kind of prepared for it, except for the broadcasting bit. So we sent a team up, and they broadcast it to the nation and to the Pacific. And it was everybody cooperating. It was a marvellous thing. You
have some fun times too. Samoan circus springs to mind.
There's been some really crazy stories. I think that's the thing I love about the show, that, you know, we meet some just fabulous people who, you know, we don't see in mainstream. And one particular story was the Magic Circus of Samoa. They're We've got a book up here. Yeah. Here we go.
So talk to us about these guys.
Okay, so they're based in Samoa, and basically they travel around the Pacific, and they came to New Zealand and Mangere. Love this. And really quaint, you know what I mean? But there's some things, and there's Tuitu, the dwarf, who actually married that South American.
They're the same size. Perfect match, really.
It's gorgeous, But there's all these weird, like, wonderful, crazy stories which we say are only in the islands.
So the Samoan circus sort of came to town and it was very popular within the communities, but it never really got traction with a big audience, you know. But they were fun. They were, and you even did a cartwheel, didn't you?
Yeah, I